That's it. The January transfer window is now officially closed. There has been so many signings today. Probably more signings than there were the whole way through January. Spurs have signed James Wilson from Hearts. Jørgen Larsson has been made official at Crystal Palace. AC Milan haven't signed Jean-Philippe Mateta. He will now stay at Crystal Palace. Can't imagine how that's going to go down with the Crystal Palace fans, considering he basically, treat them like dirt, and it's kind of funny to see that's failed, to be honest, just thrown a bit back in his face. But yeah, Liverpool also have a deal over the line, and that was done before today's deadline. It was actually done yesterday at about, I'd say, 9-10 o'clock. And this is after we were told that we weren't going to be signing Luxor Gertrude this month. Obviously, Luxor Gertrude would have been a pretty solid signing for the remainder of the season. It would have been a great signing, in my opinion, for the remainder of the season. Back up to Canate, whose contract is probably, it is going to be up in 4 or 5 months' time. And at the minute, you can't see him signing a new one. So, yeah. Gertrude, if we could have bought him for permanent, but instead we have signed one of the best young centre-back talents in world football, and that is Jeremy Jacquet from Stade Rennes. He's going to come to Liverpool in the 26-27 season, the summer of 26-27. From Stade Rennes. He's going to stay at Rennes for the remainder of the season, and then he's going to come to Liverpool in the summer. Wow, I am excited about this one. Obviously, we signed Leone in the summer window just gone, and he looked very exciting for, I think it was probably the 60 minutes he played against Southampton in the Carabao Cup in October. Obviously, sadly got injured, and we will probably see him next in pre-season. So, him and Jeremy Jacquet as a centre-back pairing for the future, I'm not going to complain about that. Now, I'm not going to pretend I've watched I'm not going to pretend I've watched I'm not going to pretend I've watched a huge load of Jacquet. I need to work on that pronunciation. I'm not going to pretend I've watched a lot of him. I just haven't. I don't watch Liga football in general. I certainly don't watch Rennes matches. But I know that he has been touted as one of the best young centre-back talents in the world. And at the minute, we need a centre-back. I mean, this deal we could have done with it being done this month, couldn't we, really? But, there's a lot of factors that go into it. Maybe Rennes just couldn't find a placement. I mean, to be fair, though, why would they want to sell their best centre-back halfway through the season? I mean, there's about finding a replacement as well. Maybe they didn't have a replacement lined up. This was something that was going on for like a couple of weeks. Obviously, Chelsea even had personal terms agreed with him a couple of weeks ago. So I don't know how they've messed this one up. They, before we even got in talks with Jacquet, Chelsea had personal terms agreed with him. Liverpool Football Club is a strange football club. But yeah, since we, were linked with him, probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I was like, get this signing done. He looks a great player. Get this signing done. Get this signing done. I've seen clips of him on YouTube and he looks very good. I'm not going to lie, he looks very good. But yeah, when I first saw we were linked to him, I was like, get it done and get it done now. I was like, we can't let Chelsea get this one. We have to sign him. We have to sign this lad. He looks great. But yeah, he plays for France internationally at under 21 level. and obviously he probably could get to the France first team very soon, playing alongside our own Frenchman himself, Hugo Ekitike, and obviously the likes of Kylian Mbappe. But yeah, he's a centre-back, and we need a centre-back at the minute. He will not be coming in right now. As I've said, I think at the start of the video, this will be something that happens in the 26-27 season. He will come in the summer. I think it's the sort of thing that happened with Mamardashvili, if you remember at the start of last season. I think it was, we signed him last summer, and he was on loan to Valencia for the rest of the season, and then he came to us the summer just gone. There was, at some point, he was going to go to Bournemouth. I'm talking about Mamardashvili, by the way. At some point, he was going to go to Bournemouth, and that just never happened, because I think Richard Hughes was maybe the sporting director at Bournemouth for a bit. But yeah, I'm very excited for this signing. I mean, I think the reason why, this is one of the reasons why he rejected Chelsea, is reported that even though Chelsea offered him the same wages as Liverpool did, he chose Liverpool because Liverpool presented a project where he would be a crucial part of our team. And this is what I think about Liverpool signing Jacquet. If Chelsea had have signed him, I genuinely just think he would have just been another player in that team, because there are so many players in that team. I just genuinely think he would have been another player in that team, and probably would have been forgotten about, and probably just, left, at the back of people's minds. But because he's signing for Liverpool, Liverpool players who come tend to be noticed quickly, like very quickly. Nowadays with Chelsea, if they're signing a player, they go there and they're just another player, really, aren't they? Especially if you're not a first team starter. If you're not a first teamer, you go over the radar. Sorry, no, you go under the radar. Under the radar? Is that the right? Let's just say that you go unnoticed very, very quickly. Like, for God's sake, Mauricio Pochettino, when he was managing Chelsea, didn't even know who Malang Sarr was. So that's a great example of why Jeremy Jacquet probably would have just been forgotten at Chelsea. And yeah, I mean, we need him way more than Chelsea do. Like, Chelsea have got defensive players, but they're not very good. Tosin Adarabioyo and Benoit Badiashile. I don't know what more you want me to say on that one, to be honest. But yeah, we've beaten Chelsea to a signing, which I'm very, very happy about. The deal is going to be 55 million plus 5 million in add-ons, so we are signing him for basically 60 million quid. And I think he's going to be a very good player at Liverpool. At this point in time, I don't really know much about him. But I'm probably going to be researching him, so I'll find out more in the coming weeks. But I'm just sad that this can't be done before the summer. Like, I want him before the summer. But yeah, he's probably going to get first team. Like, unless Canate signs a new contract, he's probably going to be our main centre-back, or maybe Leone next season, because I can't see. In fact, I think Leone and Jacquet will probably be backup centre-backs to whoever we sign in the summer. I'm hoping it's Schlotterbeck or Bastoni. Give me Schlotterbeck or Bastoni, one of the two. I will take either, to be honest. I'll be happy with either. I mean, Bastoni, I don't know. I want Schlotterbeck bad. I want Schlotterbeck in the summer. Give me Schlotterbeck and I'll be fine. Genuinely, I want Schlotterbeck so badly. But yeah, I think this is a very, very good deal. I think this is a very, very good deal. Very excited about this signing, and he looks like he's got huge potential. And I think that us signing a player like this, I think when we signed Kostas Tsimikas, he was like think he was about 20, like late early 20s, I think he was, and maybe mid 20s. And he's a solid left back. He really is. He's a really solid left back. On his day, he's a really good player. Like, I think maybe at points Costa Tsimikas has been underappreciated by a lot of rival fans in the Premier League, or just fans in general. But in my opinion, he's such a solid option at left back. He's such a solid option. Yeah, I get he has his flaws, but doesn't every player? Every player has their flaws. And yeah, I get maybe he hasn't done that well at Roma, but at Liverpool he's a different gravy. At Liverpool he is a totally different player. Like, I don't know what's gone wrong with him at Roma. I haven't really been following that situation, to be honest. I don't watch Serie A matches. I don't watch Roma, to be honest. So I don't know. I don't really know why they're not playing him. Maybe he's just not maybe he's just not suited to Roma's style. That can happen for some players. There can be some really good players out there, but they can be really bad at a football club just because they're not suited to the system that the club plays. That could just be what has happened with Costa Tsimikas, because he's a really good player. He really is. I've seen it before. He's just a really, really solid defender. A really solid defender. I remember last season and in his clutch as well. I remember last summer. Has he even ever scored a goal for Liverpool? Has Costa Tsimikas ever scored a goal for Liverpool? He's got assists, but has he ever actually scored a goal for Liverpool? I don't think he has. But, that's not what he's made to do, is it? But yeah, on his day, Tsimikas is a really good left-back option. But yeah, let's go back on to Jacquet, because I've sort of gone on a bit of a tangent there about Costa Tsimikas. But yeah, Jacquet, 20 years old, centre-back, 6'2", preferred foot is his right foot. Yeah, I think he's going to be a great signing for us. At this point, as I've said, I do not know much about this signing. I just don't know much about him yet, but I'm sure we will get to know more about him as time goes on. Obviously, this summer is World Cup, yeah. I can't imagine he'll be going to the World Cup. I don't think he'll get in the France starting squad by that point, or even in the France first team for that matter. But yeah, I'm really, really excited by this signing, and it's a signing that I've wanted to happen for a couple of weeks. I've not been really following any sort of transfer news because I didn't think we'd get any. So now we've got some, I'm pretty excited. Obviously, we've still got top four to get. So yeah, obviously we focus on top four, but this signing, it's going to be a good one. I can tell you that one. It's going to be a good one. Obviously, he's completed his medical today, and I'm assuming all the media stuff will be announced in June or whenever he signs. I think it'll be June. It normally is, isn't it? But yeah, I think June is when the transfer window opens. So he will officially be a Liverpool. He's basically on loan at Rennes. He will officially be a Liverpool player on, I think it's like the 1st of June or something. So yeah, I'm very, very excited for this signing. Very exciting times coming for Liverpool. I cannot wait for Jeremy Jacquet to be... I've really got to work on that pronunciation. It's woeful, isn't it? But yeah, I cannot wait for this signing to become official. Now we've got it over the line. We don't have to worry about Chelsea or Manchester United or Bayern Munich trying to hijack it. And, when you're big, you're big. That's all I'm going to say. Chelsea were in for him, but at the end of the day, it's Liverpool. It is just Liverpool. You just can't reject Liverpool. You just can't, can you? You can't reject Liverpool. I mean, Martin Zubimendi obviously did, but we won the league the same season, and Chiesa also got a, Premier League golden medal. So yeah, There obviously has been a couple that have rejected Liverpool, but mostly when we go for signings, they don't normally reject us. He didn't reject us. We just faffed about, and that's why it didn't get done. There was a here we go for him, so he didn't reject us. We just faffed about with it. So yeah, very, 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 very excited about this transfer. I, at this moment in time, can't really tell you much more than I have about Jeremy Jacquet, because I just don't know much about him yet. I don't know much about him. All I can tell you is that he's signing for Liverpool in the summer, and it looks like a very exciting deal. Obviously, the deal will come in place on the 1st of June, 26-27. Very excited about this one. I cannot wait for Jacquet to become a Red officially. And yeah, I've got a feeling it's going to be a pretty exciting summer for us, like the last one was. What we need in the summer is definitely another left back. We need another right back, because it looks like Frimpong's legs are made out of stickle bricks. Stickle bricks? Fiddlesticks is what I meant to say. And we definitely need another centre-back. Obviously, we've got the first one done, Jacquet, and probably either going to be Schlotterbeck or Bastoni in the summer. But we definitely need another centre-back. Just because we've got Jacquet over the line doesn't mean we can't sign another one. We definitely need another one. Let's be honest, Konate's got 4 or 5 months left on his contract. At this point in time, he doesn't look like he's even close to signing one. So it looks like he's probably going to be leaving at the end of the season, unless he signs one within the next 3 months or so. But it's mad to deep that there's only 3 months left of this season. There's only 3 months left. We're in February now. I need to change my calendar over. But we're in February now. There's only 3 months left really this season. It's mad to deep. But yeah, we have got a transfer over the line. Here we go for Jeremy Jacquet. Very, very exciting signing to come in the summer, and I cannot wait. Let's get this horrible winter over and done with. Let's get into the spring, and then moving on to the summer, where hopefully we're going to have a pretty good summer full of transfers. I mean, we only really need to get 3 or 4 positions. But as always, we have signed Jeremy Jacquet. Chelsea have finally not beaten us to a transfer. Jeremy Jacquet to Liverpool this summer. Here we go. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do, which means like, subscribe, turn your post notifications on, and I'll see you lovely lot next one. Please take care of your beautiful selves. And as always, peace out.